juice? Who's got the juice? Smooth.
You ready? Hey, it's some good old fun Sega fun times. At the moment I'm having a bit of a Sega phase. I mean, I'm currently playing Jet Set Radio on the PS3 and I can't stop listening to the Sonic Mania and like Space Channel 5 music because I swear the music in Sega games is just so good. So I decided to talk about another Sega mascot that's just always stuck with me, and that mascot being a little monkey known as Ai. Now, I wasn't actually introduced to Super Monkey Ball from a Super Monkey Ball game. I was in fact introduced to it from SEGA Superstars. I got into Super Monkey Ball from this, or I was aware of it, because you know when there's always a mascot and you always see them all over the place but you never know what it is they represent or what it is they're a part of? I remember seeing the SEGA Superstars cover for the PS2 and I saw Io on the front being all like, ah! And then I was like, oh, so that's where he's from. And then once I picked it up I was like, okay, let's finally see what game it is. And yeah, I played my first ever Super Monkey Ball game, or minigame technically, in SEGA Superstars. Now, even though this isn't technically a Super Monkey Ball game, because it's like a collection of loads of Sega mascots doing their own little mini-games, I'm still counting it as my first experience. So it's like the mini-game is, you've got a little circle on the top of the screen, and then you have to put your arms out. I know my arms are going to cut out the screen over here, but I'm going to be like, hey! But you have to put your arms out, and then you have to sort of like balance the board doing this, and for someone who never played Super Monkey Ball before, this was bloody difficult. I had no idea what the concept of like moving the board was and this, that and the other. And so to be chucked in this or this minigame and then have to put your arms out tensely and then try to control the board with your balance alone, it was freaking difficult. And not only that, you get so intense in the minigame, your arms, they start to hurt after a bit. So I think I played this minigame like probably 7 times roughly or something like that. It was certainly one of the least minigames, or the minigames I played the least, let's say, and it's because it hurt my bloody arms and I found it too difficult because I couldn't control Ai. He was just a monkey in a ball going all over the flipping place. But I did actually find Ai really, really adorable when I was a kid. Like I said, he was always a mascot that stuck with me. I think it was his ears and then his little Pac-Man eyes. But all I do is I remember like being in school, and if you like had a piece of paper, I'd try and doodle him from memory, and I could get his ears, but the rest of him I couldn't do, so I just ended up drawing massive swirly circles and then putting them his ears and then just drawing like a face. They weren't very good, I'll tell you that. Now, because I didn't really mix with this minigame and it bloody hurt my arms, I didn't actually play any Super Monkey Ball games. It didn't seem like my kind of game, let's say. And not only that, but I grew up like PlayStation, this, that and the other, and a lot of the Monkey Ball games came out on Nintendo consoles, this, that and the other. But there is one game I always freaking saw like all over the place. It was the stage where you were at primary school, or I was at primary school. I was gonna say PlayStation school. That would be awesome, but when you're at primary school and everyone's got the Nintendo DS, everyone's playing Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, New Super Mario Bros, but there was always one game that everyone else seemed to have that I didn't. I had Sonic Rush, but everyone else had Touch and Roll for Super Monkey Ball, and I always just remember seeing the front cover and being like, oh, I see this all over the place, I wonder what this game's like. It was just always Ai's just always freaking there. It's just the cover, I swear it's ingrained in my memory. So then when I remember I went to a friend's house for like, you know, when you go after school and it's really cute because you have dinner and then you go home because that's like super late. So I get to their house and they've got their DS, and I finally see the games like booted into their DS. I was like, oh, do you mind if I have a go on the game? And they're like, yeah, fine. And all I remember doing is playing it for like a little bit, and I just was more concerned about the touchscreen. I can't fully remember what it is you do in this game. I think you just like control the board with the touchpad and whatnot and the stylus. But I just think I remember being so panicked like from the ball rolling. I was like, ah! And then I felt really bad because it was my friend's DS and I didn't want to damage the touchscreen. So I didn't really play this one. But then I did find it when I was in a store with my boyfriend, and I actually picked it up and I was tempted to buy it purely because it's always there. And I asked my boyfriend what it was like, and he was like, it's okay, not the best thing in the world. In fact, it's probably a little bit less than okay, but you know, it's okay. So I'm not in any rush to play it necessarily, but I probably will buy it just for the sake of then finally saying I've got this DS game in my freaking collection after all the time it's been haunting me. But then much like Touch and Roll, there was always all the Wii games and things like that I always saw the covers of but I never played, so let's jump 11 years into the future. I am no longer an 11-year-old child, but I am now a 20/21-year-old lady, and I'm having a lovely evening in with the boyf, and I say, let's play a game that I've never played before. It's all about me. So we boot up the first Super Monkey Ball game, and I remember thinking, oh my god, finally I'm gonna play a game like with an actual controller. I think the way it's like intended to be played. I said that with such sass, like, oh my god, the way it's like intended to be played. But I remember playing it and having like such a good time with it. I mean, I certainly spent the whole evening just playing. I think it was the normal world we finished, but I played it from start to finish. I remember being like, ah, and also like, whee! It's so much fun to finally play with a controller. I think if I was introduced to the series with this game, I certainly would have played it a lot sooner and got invested in it a lot sooner than I did then playing SEGA Superstars. But yeah, Super Monkey Ball 1, we had a really good time with it. I just mainly remember though the credit sequence. It's like when all the letters start dropping from the team's names, this, that and the other. And I think you've got to dodge them, and I remember being there, wanted to get like super fast and collect all the bananas. And then I was there like, ah, letters! Because I think if you hit them, you bounce back or something. Either way, I just remember having a really good laugh with it. And then they had like a happy little dance, and I was like, yay! It's Monkey and he's dancing. So, really fun game, and check it out if you want to. In fact, I had such a good time with this game that I then wanted to play it on BuddyGames with my buddy Liam, because I was like, we need a one-off episode, let's play like a multiplayer co-op game that I know we're probably going to have a lot of laughs with. And so we played Super Monkey Ball 2. And in fact, we had such a good time with it, we did it in 2 episodes because we just couldn't put it down until we both died. But I think we did the normal stages, I can't fully remember, but we got up to a level where there's like a spinning wheel and you have to try and get into like one specific slot, but like it's really hard because the wheels are like and it's got all like the lines, this, that and the other in it. It was freaking hard, and we spent like probably 10 minutes trying to do that level, but the playthrough is probably as you can imagine it to be. We're both getting really frustrated, we're both getting really intense, but we're having a bloody laugh and we're taking the piss out of each other the whole time. It's probably going to be one of my favourite BuddyGames sessions because I just remember being red with laughter. It was such a good experience and so much fun to do. So if you do want to check out that playthrough, then please, I'll put it in the description and hopefully you enjoy it as well. But Super Monkey Ball 2, I think it's a shame that apparently it didn't sell as well as it did because it's quite expensive to get nowadays because I think apparently it sold so little. But if you are able to get a hold of this game, definitely do it, especially if you can get it on a bargain. And now I am currently playing Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz on my PS Vita. I picked up this game because, well, it came as part of my Vita deal when I got it off someone else second hand. And I was like, oh yeah, I finally got another Super Monkey Ball game, yay, I finally own one. And I remember when I got it, and when I said to someone, I was like, oh, I've got Super Monkey Ball for the PS Vita, they were like, oh, I want that game, So then I felt all snug being like, yeah, I got Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. So I've actually been playing that quite a bit recently. I tend to like playing it in the evenings when I just want to chill out to a quick little match of something. And I've done the beginner stages and the normal stages. I gave Advanced a shot, but it was really bloody hard. I got stuck on one with their seesaws, and then you have to like balance your like aye and the thing. I'm always aye when I play, by the way, unless it's the mini games. Then I was a crazy doctor who I discovered last night actually, and then yeah, they're just bloody hard because when you're rolling they do this all the time, and then you can't get on the other platform because they keep on doing this, and it's horrible! So, Super Monkey Ball, what can I say? It's just a fun little series. If you're able to get a hold of one of these games, definitely play it. If you want to get a bit more competitive with it, I mean, I've seen some like speedrunners play it and they're absolutely amazing. They're some of the most fun speedruns I've ever watched. Then please check it out. And if you want to like play it with friends and get annoyed at each other or have fun, have a laugh, take the piss out of each other, again, a great series for that. It's not one I'd probably say you can play for like a solid 3 hours, let's say, unless you're really dedicated to it, but it's a really good little hour, half an hour type game, one you can just pick up and play. So if you just want a little bit of fun and a little bit of a challenge, then please try it out. It can really push the limits of what you can do in terms of balance, but you can have a good laugh with it at the same time.